Elena was beautiful, slender, with a very sweet face. She was 21 years old when she gave birth to her son. She had no husband, and she lived together with her mother. Her dad went missing when the girl was 14 years old, and she lifted her to her feet. Only mother.it was hard for her, since she did not work disabled, but she managed. When the girl became pregnant, the guy disappeared somewhere that he said that he was going to work in Siberia, and disappeared. 6 years have passed, but they never waited, neither the bell nor the letter, so Lena realized that mother and son could only count on her. Elena, since childhood, was engaged in dancing. She danced well, and often performed at ballroom dancing competitions, often took prizes. She always in her free time fled to the hall where she was engaged in dancing. That it was her favorite business. After the birth of the baby, I could no longer deal with, but still did not give up dancing. Once, she returned from work, worked as a waiter in a cafe, and saw an announcement about work at the bus stop. That it said that this is seasonal work in Turkey, that they are gaining a dance corps, that wages will be decent, which helps with resettlement. The girl tore off the leaflet with the phone number, and called back on the ad. A month later, she had already flew to work in Turkey, and her son remained with her mother at home. That it was hard for the girl to throw him and his mother, but the girl had no choice. She needed to contain a boy and a sick mother who needed to raise money for the operation. Mom was sick for a long time and she had to do a shunting. Only this could prolong her life. Elena, when she flew to Turkey, on the very first day she realized that she would not work there. She would take her passport right away, and placed it in some terrible place, more like a basement. She was very difficult. She tried to escape many times, but she didn't work out. When she refused to work, the girl got into hell. A girl was afraid to argue with someone, but she tried to stay because of her family. Once, they called her, and said that today at 20:00, there will be a meeting at a hotel at which there will be a very famous and influential Russian guy, and that she should be prepared for work. The guy came to meet business partners, and they ordered a girl for him. Elena gathered and went to work. The guy really liked her, but the girl, for a long time, did not look at men. She hated herself and all. It so happened that the guy was in Turkey for 3 days, and every day called her. As it turned out later, he fell in love with the girl at first sight, and after her revelations, he liked her even more, since he was all penetrated her hard life. The guy began to think how the girl was to pick up, and how she could help her, since he could not afford to stay there and live her former life. The guy did everything to pull the girl from this terrible place. That he had to give a lot of money to save the girl. Elena returned home to her family, and decided that she would never part with them again. Later, after a couple of weeks, she moved with her family to live with her savior. She admitted that she was enough for 2 days to understand that he was a real man, and that she was with him, like behind a stone wall. She was grateful to him all her life. After 1.5 years, she gave birth to her beloved, a beautiful daughter, and they all live happily.